what I would like to do and where humanity might go is the thing that I'm most interested in is sort of it is the confluence of technology and religion, and whether it's a set of ideas that goes through a nonprofit, a festival, or a for-profit company that builds a new city. The idea is to sort of spread a notion of how tools can be used for um, not just more cooperative purposes, but good purposes, right? And that's a controversial word. Um, but how do you use technology to make people better off? I don't know that, I mean, technology is already being used to make people better off, but it's just a tool. Tools can be used for good and evil. We're seeing a world on the precipice of all sorts of wars and presently involved in all sorts of cyber wars. There's tremendous competition and there's tremendous entropy in our world. Um, I'd like to accomplish in 10 years, and what I'd like to see other people accomplish, is carving out a space um, where the entropy is sort of walled out, and you can really upgrade the usage of technology um, to prevent a lot of the problems that are just low-hanging fruit. I mean, one of the big problems, for example, in 10 years, I'd love to see Louis Rossmann. A lot of people in America know who he is. He used to be great at fixing Apple laptops. People like Louis Rossmann, who talked a lot about the general concept of planned obsolescence and the specific concept of the right to repair and the intellectual property movement around repairing existing objects. Simple things that are actually not that difficult, because there's just so much time, energy, and effort right now that people are spending on dealing with technological collapse. Every time your laptop breaks, right, or every time something goes wrong, that's easily fixed. It's just time of your time that's being destroyed. And when you scale that up to tens of thousands of people or even millions, you realize, wait a second, yeah, there's a reason there's a history to planned obsolescence. And that's a specific. So I'm just giving one example of a specific aesthetic, one principle that could be corrected if you have an overall holistic integrated approach towards technology and spirit. And whether you're building cities or villages or whatever, building a technological movement that embraces technology, runs into the fire, so to speak, is something that I would think is pretty amazing to be done in 10 years. Like Burning Man went from 30 years ago to just a couple guys on a beach to a tremendous gathering with an organization around it that's permanent, year-long, continuously upgrading. I think building something like that that could help people all over the place organize, but has a permanent presence in its purpose and thinking, and also obviously funding. There have to be people who are sustained to do this. I think that would be a great goal within 2034. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much for the time that we spent
Thank you,
together.
Natalia.
This was really, really powerful and insightful. Please stay in touch.